If you're just getting into filmmaking, you probably don't have access to a film crew, and it can be difficult to make videos by yourself. Once in a while, you can rely on family and friends, but sometimes you have to take things into your own hands. Let's take a look at a few tips to make things easier for you. Tip number 5 is to buy a tripod. You can avoid doing this to save money, but at some point you need something reliable to hold the camera. We have a few different brands here in the office depending on the job. The cost for a tripod can range from $15 to hundreds of dollars. Tip number 4 is find a way to view what your camera is seeing. Purchasing an external monitor is an option, but first take a look at what your camera offers. For example, Canon has the EOS utility software, which lets you bring up the camera view on a laptop. The Panasonic GH5S, which is what we use, has an image app to show it on your phone or tablet. You'll probably also be able to control certain aspects of the camera through the interface, like the aperture, ISO, or focus. This makes it much easier to fine-tune your shot without having to walk back and forth to the camera. Tip number 3 is to film creatively. Now, it's easy to advise someone to be creative, but it can be harder to actually do it. As an example, take the White Walker tutorial we did a while back. I filmed this by myself with a 50mm prime lens, which had a really shallow depth of field. I found it difficult to walk into the shot and stop at exactly the right spot in order to stay sharp, and I didn't have anyone else to work the focus ring. So instead, what I did was stand in front of the camera, set my focus, and then walk backwards out of the shot. In HitFilm, I reversed the footage, and you couldn't tell the difference. Also, that green side light you see on my face is actually me holding my iPhone on my right shoulder, with the flashlight turned on. I didn't have a stand or light available, so I had to improvise. Tip number 2 is zoom out. This one applies more if you don't have a way to see what your camera is viewing. Once you frame up your shot and get it looking just right, zoom out a bit if you can. This prevents you accidentally cutting off important information in the frame, which can't be recovered in post. It's better to have that extra room and reframe in HitFilm if needed. And tip number 1 is to plan ahead and don't skip out on pre-production. It's easy to think of a bunch of different creative shots in your head, only to get to the set and realize that you can't do any of them without extra help. So when you create a shot list or a storyboard, make sure that what you're planning to do can be done with one person. You can find a tutorial on how to prepare for a film shoot here. Leave any questions down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.